like Domantas Sabonis. And I feel like Sabonis should be like one of the most likable players in the league. He plays hard. He wants to get his teammates involved. He may not have like the longest wingspan. He may not be the perfect player. I think he is one of the most underappreciated players in the game. And everyone talks about what he can't do. Like, what? Look at what he does out there.
That's fair. I think that's...
And you don't appreciate him.
Well,
as a basketball fan,
that's one thing. And not only as a basketball fan, just seeing how the NBA just keeps evolving, right? Like positions keep evolving. And he's reliable. He can stay on the basketball floor.
Thank you.
Kevin, I feel like is thinking of something right now.
I'm waiting for him to punch back.
Let's go. What you got?
I like Domantas Sabonis.
Hey.
I just don't love Domantas Sabonis.
Okay.
I think that's the difference. You guys are in love with him.
No,
I view him as, I don't know, the 40th best player in basketball, the 35th best player or so, and you need somebody better.
He was all NBA. He was all NBA back-to-back years.
I know. I didn't vote for him.
And you say you need somebody better, but every team needs somebody better. You know what I mean? Like we can go down the line, and you have to think about situations and everything.
And my whole thing with the Kings at the beginning of the year, with that rant that got me in trouble, this will be the year the Kings fans realize that they need better front court players next to or over Domantas Sabonis.
Ooh, is that
and everybody jumped down my throat about that.
Yes.
I still feel that way. Or I still feel Sabonis himself shooting more threes. He's been 40%.
I agree.
Shooting 40% from three the last 2 years on like a shot a game.
Uh-huh.
I would love if he actually began shooting more threes. I would love
Yes,
that.
I think we've been talking about this a lot. Like for me, can he take 4 in a game?
Yeah,
like
why
4
not?
a game?
He's
And
got touch. We know it from mid-range. He has touch.
And he needs to take the mid-range even more because teams are going, shoot it. And I think that sometimes for him, it's more of a mental thing. And I also think he is he's so about getting his teammates involved that he needs to be a little more selfish. Like, dude, if the shot is there, take it. I think sometimes he's like, all right, let's get into other action. Let's get guys involved.
That, but also when we called some games for the California Classic and Monty McNair actually joined us, and I asked him, I said, hey, are we ever going to – I said it just like this. Hey, are we ever going to see a world where Domantas Sabonis is actually stretching the floor a lot more? Especially you think about, like, when you're thinking about what to pair him with, right? Because if you do get this – ultimately, if you end up getting some big in there that is a true big, you got to make sure that you're just putting the right pieces around Domas, especially down low. And I'm like, do we ever see this world? And he's like, why? He's so great down low, like getting the rebounds, blah, blah. And I get it, but I also see how the game just keeps evolving, keeps changing, and Domantas Sabonis is absolutely capable of shooting the ball.
I'm glad that you brought up rebounding.
Okay.
The often overlooked aspect of a big.
He's an elite rebounder. He's one of the best rebounders in the league. We can agree on that.
What do you need to do to end a possession? You need to get the ball.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, he just gets rebounds. Oh, he just gets assists. He just gets screen assists. It's like we nitpick this guy to death. No, he's not Embiid. No, he's not Jokic. No, I mean, there are guys in front of him at that position, no doubt about it. But, man, I admire the fact that this guy wants to get his teammates involved, that he's tough. The Warriors series, I mean, he played with a messed up hand from like Christmas all the way through that first round series, played his ass off every single night. I just want this guy to get a little more love.
I mean, he got All-NBA 2 years in a row, Deuce.
You're right.
2 years
in a
row. Okay, so
love
he's
from you.
Yeah,
from
we
you.
want specific love.
I need you to respect him more. I feel like you're looking at what he can't do as opposed to what. Now, if they, I
look at what he can't do in the context of the Kings deserve even more.
Sure.
The Kings deserve even more. They deserve him to become an even better defender. They deserve the King to add more guys. They add DeRozan this year.
Yes.
They draft Devin Carter. Like you see individual, like part of the draft show, we talk about NBA players.
Sure.
Development, De'Aaron Fox becoming a mid-range killer. You see guys like Keegan Murray making improvements on defense, showing more layers on offense. Sabonis has improved dramatically in his career since he was at Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has seen Sabonis becoming like DHO master, right? Facilitating or posting up the way he has. Like his development has turned him into an all-NBA guy. So I think my thing with him is why not even more? I just don't think you can rule out even more from him or expect even more from him.
Yes,
you're going to challenge him on the defense, though. Is that where you're going?
I think he competes defensively.
Yes.
Like,
and rebounding is part of defense, too.
Exactly.
Finishes
That's my
off
point.
the possession.
And, I mean, I thought he was much better coming out on pick and rolls this year. But dude, he's going to have limitations. Yeah. And I think that's where it's on the Kings front office. Like, all right, if we want Sabonis here and we understand his value here, we need to make sure to surround him with the right pieces. You know, one guy, you know, I always talk about, and it's not going to happen now, but I always brought up Jeremy Grant. I'm like, Jeremy
Always.
Grant.
That was the
this
appeal of
guy-
Siakam on my end.
Yeah,
Like,
Okay.
I didn't want to
yeah.
go there, but like someone like
Right.
that. Yes.
You think about someone with some length that could defend, that could score a little bit too. And I think that's going to be the challenge for Sacramento now. Is like, I don't know if they're done yet. It seems like it's kind of quiet in that
Yeah.
front. Is Keegan going to be at the 4? And is that going to be good enough now? There's definitely some questions.
If you were a professor, I just feel like you'd kind of like everyone would hate you because you'd be the one that like gives everyone.
But I show up wearing Denim Company
no, it's
shirts.
one, and they'd be like, "Wow, he's so chill in so many ways." But then, why does he keep giving me a D on this paper? He's not finding my creative freedom like amazing, and he's not liking what I enjoy. And I think with Domas, like you keep looking for perfection with him, and I do think that like. At the end of the day, there's not going to be a perfect player in the NBA, and we have to take a step back from that.